98.7 ESPN.
That you are. Carlin, 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Things before we get to the Mets. Hey, Corey Kluber's getting people out in the Brothers. Your breaking news. I mean, we got to feel good, right?
Breaking news.
He has gotten 6 outs without giving up a... Woo! We did it. All right, Corey. And Gleyber Torres is actually hitting off balls. That's news. That's absolutely some breaking news right there. Wow.
Breaking news.
Gio Urshela tonight. Cleanup for Gio Urshela to see that's how things are going. You know, did it just happen? Got a base hit. Wow. I mean, that's unreal. I can't believe it's happening.
Breaking news.
It is a night of says right now. Carlin, 98 ESPN. A couple of things I'll do real quick. Number one, got shot early day and really can't enough. Did last time a few weeks at the first shot. Land's mega site. I can't enough about the people there and how great they are and how that whole operation was run. It was just absolutely fantastic. Today, second shot, I was in and out of there half hour, and I would just go and urge to go and get shots if you haven't done it already. Trust the science. That's so. Good. I'm feeling okay today. Been drinking water. She was there. Just temperature. Thought maybe more forehead. Turns out I'm just coming up tomorrow in the X event and get involved virtually. It benefits a traffic. It's called Right on WITE Sports. And what's going on tomorrow night virtually? It is hosting and ends the draft virtual special. It's going to have Matthew Berry. It's going to have Mike Tannenbaum. Berry will obviously cover all of the fantasy inputs of the draft. And the NFL, Steve. Now, this is tomorrow night at a live stream at 8. But you should check this out just for the cause that it benefits. And it's for kids. It's a program that's run throughout the summers. I've gone and spoken at this, I guess you camp a couple of times. And it is just teaching and having a passion for it and how to do it. And I can't tell you how important it's been in my life to be able to communicate my thoughts relatively coherently, and writing has played a big part in that. So not just if you want to be, but if you want to be involved in something else where you need it in everyday life, just to communicate and to be able to cogently put together your, and as we know, not everybody is in writing, but this is a way to help get kids interested in writing. So there is a VIP level. There is a VIP pregame the check out as well. And there's donations during the show. You t-shirt, a hat, a golf shirt, all those kinds of things. But more than anything, get involved by going to RITEON.org, RITEON.org, rightsports.org. It's on Twitter. I will tweet out the link here in just a little. It's tremendous that they lined up tomorrow. NFL draft, free live stream, but they also have VIP packages to get involved in. Did that expensive, great stuff, and definitely check it out by all means. And then, thirdly, look at the Mets, because Mets thing last night. All right, no big deal, but there is a guy that I want to focus on. Honestly, Michael Conforto this season just off. There's their way to let it. Been at the plate. I know he's expecting $200 million coming off season. But at the very least, Lindor come through and for a game-winning hit. And Lindor, the big of the chapter. So I want to go destroying a guy through the weeks of the season after his yards game. And he's the ball. Frankly, even when he's not hitting, he impacts on the game. Makes them infinitely better. Now, Conforto, if the Mets are going to have success this year, real success outside of, just to making it to the playoffs, it's got to be a huge part. We all know that. And I have heard Met fans from the last years about how awesome this is, how they have to lock him up long term. Well, if this is what's happening, if Conforto is actually going to be laying an egg in a season he is going for, it's alarming. And I expect it to come around here sooner rather than later, but it is getting absurd for somebody. $150 million was not good for. He's never been 100 runs in his career. Been a couple of seasons in State Hill, a few when he had. And yes, he's capable of hitting 30 home runs, but Michael not like this 4 or 5 tool player that does everything except well. What they really need him to do is what he's supposed to do well, and that's hit. I don't care how many times he walks. I mean, right now, you would sign up for getting hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, would you not? I believe you would. So with Conforto, it has sooner rather. And look, the Mets are terrific so far. Everybody's feeling good. Feels like era in some of the older ways. You know, we still see with the off the field stupid stuff, but at least at how they're playing, what their could look like, you can absolutely feel great where it's going. You're going to need this guy to be the centerpiece of your offense. You're going to need that. Because, you know, you have Lindor, so he adds a lot. And you have Alonso. You have guys, but Conforto is supposed to be, you know, if not number 3 in this lineup that's success. 800-919-3776. Here, Michael. Snap 2. 919-376 is your call. Can get on which we talked about. Raise those expectations. Happy about where things are, but also expect more because they are clearing the bar own expectations. They're the Yankees currently playing as we speak on the Mets. Whatever it is, 100-913-3776. The 2021 April 9th is selling the return of football challenge by predicting the first 11 picks through the Giants. I should through the 11 picks because that's where the Giants are right now. They trade back. That doesn't. You can favor team's pick to enter. Text draft 442. That's draft to 44202. Followed list to 11. 1 point for a correct pick and 2 points for correct Jets. If you think there will be a trade, just use the word trade for that pick. All for NFL Draft 98.7 ESPN. To 4 followed by yours listed. We'll get a point for every pick and 2 for the Jets pick. 800-917 Carlin. You phones till the bottom of the hour.
It's Carlin.
I'm smart like everybody's dumb. I'm smart.
On 98.7 ESPN.
Fresh morning.
You're down.
Get dinner. Fresh Italian bread. Natural. No preservatives.
All right.
Family baked Calandra's bread. Can't you smell it? From their bakery to your local.
Everybody on the stream, what's going on tonight?
DRASbakery.com.
What do we got? Daniel Simmons, so far so good. Like always, great show. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, it was up at the Meadowlands today. That thing beautifully. And, you know, got the second shot. Okay, a little warm in the face. But as I said, just fat. What else? I get tweets in as well. I got to do that. Stream by all means, up the comments for it. I'm on the air.
My $1 bet could win $1,000. Let's go! Epic with Quick Draw. Played every 4 lottery retailers. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be able to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone who knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
One thing they don't know.
Friday, 2 p.m. till 6:30, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more car insurance. Busy.com today and save.
With round-the-clock protection at price, Grassy works the way it's supposed to. Hype man.
Okay, everybody, let's put your hands up. Or not. It's your here we go.
To Progressive today.
It is electric in here.
Casualty and affiliates.
Dealing with a dead battery? Head to Zone. They offer free services, battery test.
Hey, Chris.
Free
Yeah.
battery charge.
Did Brian send you the giveaway thing? Which one is it, Brian?
I have Jet tickets and I have the K Cash tee. Did the challenge.
Well, right next to it.
Zone.
Okay.
Your battery solution and a
Same one as we did yesterday.
destination.
Okay.
Identity
It's going to be going on for a while.
info needed to steal your identity. That's why Look helps
Got it.
protect, monitor, and restore your identity.
That one when you come back and then try to sneak one in the middle, the jets.
Yeah.
off.
And then when you wrap up, do the K Cash teats.
Okay.
Okay.
COVID-19 vaccines were developed and
we'll put the on the call screener for you.
Okay.
from the U.S. Drug Administration.
We had independent scientific views from a data monitor.
Overwhelmingly, it's safe for you.
Hear more from new doctors about COVID-19 at /health/VaxFacts. That's nj.gov/health/VACTS.
The Jeep President's Day of
30 seconds, Chris.
Okay.
So join us for great deals. There's no debate. There's only one. Jeep. Well-qualified returning if get a low-mileage lease on 21 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $109 a month for 24 months. $1,299 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Ally Financial. Current lease $228.22. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Restrictions apply. Delivery by 3-1. Jeep is a registered trademark.
'98.7 ESPN presents Clubhouse Confidential. Thursday, May 6th, we're giving 98.7 listeners an inside look at the game with some of the best minds in baseball, featuring Alex Rodriguez, Matt Vasgersian, and Buster Olney, along with our old buddy Don LaGreca hosting the whole thing. And it's an exclusive Zoom party talking all things New York baseball. And we'll be giving away some great prizes as well. To see your VP access, be the first caller right now, 888-987-ESPN, and be the first right now, 888-987-3776. Confident, presented by PC Richardson and 9 ESPN. Let's hit the phones, 8919-76. Tim is on the car phone. He's next. What's going on, Tim? How are you, buddy?
I'm well, Carlin. How are you?
Good. It's Chris. It's Carlin.
I wanted to get your thoughts on something, and then I'll hang up and I'll respond. Just with the whole pandemic that's gone, when you think about coaching across all the different college professional, what's your take on how it's brought out how good underrated coaches are, or how overrated some main coaches might be?
All right. Well, give me an example for what you're talking about there first.
Sure. Like you look at some, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they were losing last year, maybe food on court and players don't respond, which is, when you hear that, but college basketball, maybe have a great year because, some people cheering for them. And I just wanted to kick off something or just nothing.
I think that here's where the really coaches stand out. They don't just survive through situations like they try to figure out how to thrive situations. Let anything be why they didn't get it done. And that which is where they come on and, they will talk about the difficulties of the pandemic, but they won't let it be excuse why they win or don't get things done. I think you've seen Tom. He talked about how, frankly, vital the bubble was, but he to start buying into what he was doing for just the way the Knicks were affected in it and were able to get better. So I think I don't necessarily think it points out bad coaches. I think the cream of the crop can rise to the top, so to speak.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. I can see where people would think that, like, if you're a lesser coach, it may not, may expose you a little bit. I don't think that's the case. I think if you're not a good coach, you get exposed. And there are times that coaches get done for valid reasons. But, the good ones try to not use those kind of excuses. I'm not even talking about publicly. I'm talking more about private. We have to figure out what the circumstances are. That's what it's about. Thibodeau has kind of here with the Knicks. Like, all right, we may not have the greatest talent in the world. Find a way because we play great defense. And with precision, remarkable effort. Joe and Silence next, 98.7 ESPN. Joe, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, Chris, how are you? So I just wanted to admit, and Knicks fans have been pretty hard on them all year. And there's a point where we're going to make a run. We're battling now for home court advantage. Is there emergence of Derrick Rose now with this team? Take whatever Tom Thibodeau believes bring to the starting lineup.
Well, but you know what the problem here is? You want Rose to start, that's one thing. But you're only at 20 at this point in his career. You can't ask him to go out there in 35, 30 minutes and to get the very best. So at least while is offense, you are giving that you can when you're on the defensive end. It's going to difference like Thibodeau. And physically, Rose just get up.
Change when a guy like Alex Burks comes only 26 minutes to start a game.
Yeah, possibly. Thanks for the call. Possibly. I really have never any sort of importance starting. And everybody does, but it really doesn't for me. The only time I put any importance on it is if things are not going well early in game and I don't have a good combination out there on the floor. That's when I pay attention to it. The My Show is celebrating its 2 p.m. start time by giving $10,000 in the month of April every weekday in the 2 p.m. hour. Be listening calendar and be ready to call in to claim $5 cash. Cash, it's all from your home for the hook. 98.7 ESPN. When it down to it, why is that even really that important? Like, I don't see why it's that big. It's who's on the court at the end of the game that ultimately matters. We know this. And I don't want to sound cliche, but that has always mattered most. If I was an NBA player, that's what I would care about. You want me to come off the bench to start? What, I don't get to get my name announced? That's it. Okay, but I get to make a big shot late in the game or make a big play? I mean, I'm okay with that. I've never understood the mentality behind that in the NBA basketball in particular. You know, it's another thing when you're the prime lineups. What do I care about starting in football if I'm a wide receiver, as long as I'm in there when I have a chance to make a real impact game? To me, your starting quarterback is important. Line is skill starters. As long as you do the most you can when you get in there, starting is not that big of a deal. Jets Nation, get back to football this MetLife Stadium from the comfort of your very luxury suite. Experience a Jet experience like never before, including VIP hospitality, entrance, and private outdoor space in your. Now also leave a deposit for single game rental. Lock it today, NY Jet Suites, or call 1-800-AES. Biggie tonight and Bucks. I said 8 wins for the Knicks the rest of the way. Not out to get to great Montgomery, Mungia, Carlin, handsome. Guys, thanks.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. Family. 4th generation, the team that has the experience and knowledge to help you design.
All right, everybody.